Hey guys, what's up? This is Glockmeister26 and I'm going to make a quick video on 3 knives that I wanted to sell. So I'm going to put them up here on YouTube. Before I begin with the 3 knives, as you can tell there's 2 Spydercos and 1 Benchmade bone collector. Before I begin, I just wanted to say that I do want to do it through PayPal if possible. If someone's really interested, I will take a money order. I have done it in the past and I've had good success with it. I would prefer a post office, U.S. post office money order, and if you're interested, let me know and I will wait for that to come in the mail and I will hold the knife for you. I did lower the prices on the knives because as I've said in other videos, I'm looking at some titanium customs and some mid-techs, so just trying to fund that, and the way I'm funding that is by getting rid of some of my knives. There's nothing wrong with these knives. These are some of the better knives that I've held on to because I like them so much. But in order to get the knives that I want now, since my tastes are changing a little bit, I've decided to get rid of some of these. So let's start. These are real popular knives on YouTube, and I've lowered the prices because I really do want to sell them. If possible, I mean, if I don't sell them, it's not a big deal. Because I hold on to them. They are awesome knives, and that's the reason I still have them in my collection. But I don't use them, so it's kind of sad that they just sit there and I'm not getting any use out of them. So anyway, let's start off with the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This knife is in really good shape. And not only that, but the 3 most important things with this knife that I feel are real important are perfect. Let's start with blade centering. The blade centering on this knife, on the Para 2, is awesome. I've had others that aren't as perfect, but this one is on the money. I hope I'm holding it straight enough so that you can see how perfect the blade centering is on this knife. It's actually awesome. The other thing is everyone always looks at the pocket clip to see what condition it's in, if it has any scratches. As you can see, I apologize for the lighting. I'm doing this at night. I just wanted to get the video out so in case anyone does buy it, I can ship it out immediately and you'll get it before the weekend comes. Anyway, as you can see, there's no scratches on the pocket clip. The G10 is in great shape. There's no scratches. And here's the best part about this knife. See how smooth it is. Look at the lockup. That's the number 2 is a lockup on the knife. It's awesome. You still have plenty of life on that lockup, and it's a solid lockup. And number 3 is no blade play at all. And like I said, the reason I've held on to this knife so long, and it's one of my favorites in my collection before I started getting into titanium, is because it's such a perfect Paramilitary 2. Anyway, I'm not gonna leave you in suspense. I'm asking $100 for this knife. They do range anywhere from $120 to $125, but they're really hard to get right now. So if you're interested, it's $100 either through PayPal gift or through a money order if you tell me you're interested in it. So it's $100. I think that's fair because the knife is in awesome shape. And if it doesn't sell, no big deal. Really, no big deal. I'll just put it back in the safe. Anyway, let me give you a good look on the knife. That's one of my pet peeves when people sell knives and they don't show you the blade and the condition. Absolutely no scratches on the blade. Absolutely no scratches on the G10. Absolutely no scratches on the clip, on the clip. As you can see here, I've noticed it in other Paramilitary 2s. When they come from the factory, they come with the pocket clip on tip down carry. When you take it off, you get this little discoloration. I don't know if that's because they tighten it down. I'm not really sure why you get that, but I've seen it in other videos, and it's very common with these knives where you get this little imaging of where this used to be. Okay, so that's not a wear mark. That's not any flaw with the knife. Lockup is excellent. I've had 2 other Paramilitaries that had more wear on the lockup on this. It is solid, and you have plenty of meat on the bone on this sucker for it to work its way through. Anyway, great knife, and most importantly, very smooth. Okay, so Paramilitary 2, black G10, and let me give you the steel CPM S30V. Great EDC knife. Okay, boy, this video is going to be long. Okay, let's go next with the bone collector. I did have the larger bone collector. I also sold that a while ago. It was just too big, and I settled here on the mini bone collector in walnut. It was a very attractive knife. I actually went down to Bass Pro Shops to look at this, and I fell in love with it. They're at Bass Pro Shops, and I ended up ordering on Blade HQ. These knives go up to $130. I'm also asking $100 for this knife because I haven't abused these knives. I have carried this one, as you can see here on the clip. Honestly, I don't know how I got this. Obviously, I must have bumped into something. But this knife is more expensive than the Para 2. But because of the blade wear here, the wear on the pocket clip, I'm going to go down to 100. But like I said, these knives go for 134, and that's about how much I paid, even on the internet, instead of buying it there at Bass Pro Shops. The only thing I did avoid was the tax. Anyway, G10, kind of the gear pattern on the back, beautiful knife. The reason I've kept it this long is because it's a great knife. You have the walnut handles, laser engraved logo, which is very nice. That right there is pretty awesome. This is a perfect size knife, like the mini grip Tillion. Blade is an awesome shape. It is the D2, which is a very good performing blade. I wouldn't know because I don't use these knives hard. I barely use them. I do carry them, but I don't actually use them to cut anything. Once in a while I'll cut cardboard just to get some use out of it. Other than that, they really don't get any use. So this is a perfect example of a Benchmade bone collector. The walnut handle is beautiful. I do protect it with a silicone cloth to keep it nice. Very smooth. As you can see, in the beginning when it first came, it wasn't as smooth as this. But by opening, playing with it, it's become one of the smoothest Benchmades that I do have. And of course, I have learned to love this access lock. It's just really smooth. It's done very well. So anyway, let me give you a quick look of the knife. So I am asking $100 for the bone collector, PayPal or money order, the same thing. Beautiful example of the sheepfoot blade. No damage on the blade. Just want to make sure you guys get a good look at it. I just hate when someone's selling a knife on YouTube and they don't give you all the angles of the knife. And if you're interested in buying the knife, you keep going over the video trying to see that one angle that you didn't get or you didn't see. Here are the scratches. Sorry about the lighting. I'll try to get the scratches on as best I can so you get a really good idea of what it looks like. The split arrow clip. Near perfect centering. That's one of my big things with knives, is that the blade centering is perfect, or near perfect. You can't always get perfect on all the knives, but you want it right there. You really don't want it rubbing. Once a knife is rubbing, I think it's just messes it up for me. So, D2 tool steel. Very good example of a Benchmade bone collector in walnut. I think it's very attractive, the walnut color itself. The walnut wood color, Okay, so $100 for that. It comes with the original box, original paperwork, all the stuff that the knife came when it originally came. I try to keep all that because I know it's kind of important. Even when you buy a used knife, you kind of want this stuff. It makes it a little more special when you receive it. I did not get a pouch with this. It did come in the plastic only. If it did include the pouch, I would have included it in the sale, but it didn't. Okay, so for those of you who would like to take a look at this part so that you can price it. Look it up if you want. And I probably didn't do that for the Para 2, so I'll do it now. Okay, last on the list, and I think a lot of you will be surprised, anyone who subscribes to my channel, that I'm selling this knife, because it is titanium. And anyway, great knife. I wanted this for a long time. I was searching online, you know, searching for the best price. I've seen this knife up to from 170, you know. I'm asking I'm gonna ask $130 for this one. It is as new can get. I have carried this knife, but there's absolutely no damage. This is one of the best examples of a titanium handle that holds up on the wear that I've seen of all the titanium handles that I have. Even the Chris Reeve has a little nick after carrying it, or a little scrub mark, but not this one. Anyway, let me give you a good look at it. It's a Sage 2 CPM S30V blade. Beautiful leaf-shaped blade. No damage to the blade. Never been sharpened. Beautiful titanium handle. Absolutely no scratches on it. I'm asking $130 for this knife. Here's a lockup, the very important lockup. And this sale is funding more knife purchasing. So, just so you know where the money's going. I'm really not in a hurry, and I won't be heartbroken if the knives aren't sold. There's a lot of, oh, by the way, there's a lot of guys having sales right now. Jay Davis, Tropic EDC, Isaac's awesome. Those guys are having sales also, so if you want to go check them out, they have pretty cool knives, some of the higher end stuff. But if anyone's interested, I mean, might be nice. There's a little shiny part right here under where the clip rubs, but that's the only wear. I mean, wear that the knife is pretty much done to itself by just rubbing on itself. Other than that, it's perfect clean, very pristine. Love this blade shape. I did get rid of my Sage carbon fiber, Sage 1 I think it was, and I held on to this one only because it was a great example of its Sage 2. The centering is on the money. The lockup is on the money. I mean, these Taiwan knives are awesome. Perfect in every way. So I'm asking $130 for this, guys. PayPal or money order. I'm going to ask that it's a PayPal gift. As you've seen for other knife sales, I've never cheated anyone. As a matter of fact, I go above and beyond when I do a knife sale. I not only include the knife, but I always include something else in there. If you guys want, I mean, I can even throw a paracord bracelet. I've been making a lot of paracord bracelets. They've been getting really good. I think the design is the best that I've seen, both store-bought and handmade. I also have other little things. I always throw something in there, a sticker or something, just to kind of sweeten the deal a little bit. So anyway, $130 for this. The reason this video is running a little long is that I want to make sure that you guys get a good look at the knife and see what a great shape that it is in. And if you are interested in purchasing it, I want you to make sure that you get all the angles, just like I would like to get if I were looking to buy this knife. Great shape. So a good example of a titanium knife. Chris Reeve design on the frame lock. Here we go. And that knife's never been sharpened. Very smooth. Anyway, guys, that's pretty much it. 3 knives. I'm asking $100 for the Para 2, $100 for the bone collector, the mini bone collector in walnut, and $130 for the Sage 2. If you want to go online, price them, check out the prices, look for availability. That's a big one too. I mean, is this knife even, can you even get this knife for $100 in this condition? I don't think so. Alright guys, help me fund my knife addiction by buying these knives. Have a good day. If you have any questions, you can PM me. If you're interested, you can PM me, and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Have a good night.